Thanks so much, Vasundhara. Lovely to be here. Big fan of Retool and been using it for a long time. So this is super exciting for us to be able to present how we use Retool. Before we get started, just a little bit about LBB. Like Vasundhara said, we're a marketplace for small businesses and brands to get discovered. We really help the long tail of Indian merchants get online, get discovered for the first time, and sell their products, very similar to how Etsy does in the US. And for customers to really find and shop different. Today, we have over 2 million monthly active users. We have over 3,000 businesses selling on the platform, many of them for the first time going online, over 200,000 SKUs. We really try to focus at LBB on giving customers delight through discovery. So helping them find brands and find products that they've never really seen before through great curation, great personalization, and great visual merchandising, which we'll talk a little bit about in one of the demos that I'll do. And on the merchant side, we really focus on a DIFM approach, which is a do it for me approach, which of course means that we take on a lot of the heavy lifting when it comes to merchants and merchant operations. And for that, Retool's been invaluable in actually building apps and making that happen. So when you're a startup at an early or mid stage, what you really see, particularly if you're in marketplaces or doing something with offline, moving atoms with the bits, you've got lean teams and you've got lots of ops. At LBB, we've got 3 folks on marketing and VM. We need to keep it fresh every day, keep people coming back, keep people excited about new categories and new products that are launching. We've got 4 folks onboarding merchants, and we've got thousands of merchants signing up, particularly after the pandemic. We've seen businesses want to go online like never before, and it's been fantastic. But of course, we want to do it with tech and tools instead of just having more and more people on onboarding. And with finance, the folks who run the backbone of many companies, they've got thousands of payouts to do every week, every day. And not to mention the regulations, particularly in India, that keep changing every day as well. So, how do you actually balance this and how do you actually make it happen when you're really growing fast and you want to focus really on growth, on product development, and not necessarily on just solving for the ops? What we really asked ourselves was, how do we build tools that adapt as fast as ops evolve? How do you make space for whatever you're building for your internal teams to actually build with them, work with them, and let them actually be much greater participants in those tools and apps? And secondly, how do we ensure that our engineering teams are really focused on long-term problem solving, right? So they're not getting too bogged down in, changing a button here and there, changing workflows every day, but are really free to focus on what adds value, what adds scale, and what adds really great customer and merchant delight. And for that, Retool came into the picture. Retool, I actually started using to scratch my own itch when I was trying to get something done. Didn't have somebody to help me out to do it, even though I'm the founder, nobody listens to me. And people are working on what adds value, not what adds value to me, which is good. But I think the first app I built, I was just trying to get a creative change on one part of our product. And I think from there, it kind of proliferated our whole organization. So today there's a saying at LBB, where there's a will, there's a Retool app. So if you have a will to learn and you want to really ramp up, it doesn't matter if you're in product ops business or if you're an engineer, you can really learn and actually get a Retool app built. And almost every team has 1, 2, or 3 apps running for them. An onboarding team has a separate app for merchant info management and catalog moderation running on Retool. Our finance teams use Retool apps for reconciliation and ledger entries. Been super useful, particularly when tax rules change and you want to quickly be able to adapt what you're using in your ledgers, as well as for error detection. They have Retool apps. Our marketing and VM teams, what we're going to show them in a bit on the demo, they use it for offer management and collection management. And our logistics teams, use them for pin code management and hyperlocal logistics management. Super useful, particularly in these times when we've had, shutdowns in certain areas and having to adapt really quickly to what we can actually execute on. What I'll show you today is a demo of one of these apps, which is used by our visual merchandising VM teams. For those of you who may not have worked in e-com or marketplaces, VM is just the folks who actually make sure that when customers come to your product, they come to different categories, to your homepage, they see fantastic stuff. They see new offers, they see new banners, they'll see what's launching, so on and so forth. We use Magento in the backend. One of the rules of Magento is you don't tell people you use Magento, but it is great for what it does, even though it is a little bit dated in how the interface works. So, when our VM teams were using Magento, if you can see the screenshots, what they used to have to do was really dive into our taxonomy, which was very, very deep, and really create these blocks of content. They didn't know what they were putting in and how it was showing. So what you see is not what you get at all in Magento. And you had to do a lot of coding to add any new content block, right? So any new content block that you were building on any part of your native app or your web app, you had to actually enable in Magento in the backend as well, and it was quite cumbersome to be doing this. So not only were the ops teams frustrated, the engineering teams also didn't really have a great experience trying to manage this. The second one, which was really tricky, was when you were trying to showcase certain products and you wanted to highlight them in certain areas of your app. You had to rank them, right? And ranking them didn't just actually enforce a rank on one part of your product, but actually, unfortunately, proliferated to any other part, be it search or browsing somewhere else. So again, very tricky to manage because we could solve it with engineering, but just kept leading to more and more things to build more and more moderation. So what we actually did was we leveraged Retool and we said, we know that we're going to be changing how our interfaces work. We know we want to be able to be adapting content to data. And we know we want to move fast as trends change, as people adapt, and as customers change what they want. So we built a demo, and I'm going to show you a demo of the VM app that we built in Retool. It's a quick video that I'll quickly walk you through. Hopefully you guys can see it clearly. So this is our VM manager app. And this is, there's a bunch of sections which I'm going to show you, but it essentially shows you lots of different sections that you can change on our platform. So I'll walk you through, this is a skincare category on LBB with lots of products. Let's say there are some filters, right? So you want your customers to be able to find certain things by a specific type of skin or face concerns. So our VM team can actually jump into that category. They can show the VM, and we obviously alert through a nice nifty Retool pop-up. They can say, oh, I forgot to add a title, right? Let me add a title to this section. They can add that title really quickly, and they can hit add title to set it up. And they can also go and add any other type of attribute that they want customers to be able to browse and filter by. So here they want to, add a filter for lip concern. They can do that, put in a thumbnail, and right there, set the sequence and update it right there. If they hit update category, obviously it rolls out to production. There's a little bit of caching, but then it goes out. And that allows it to show up right here. I didn't show you the whole workflow because I don't know what I do on production, but that's how it would work out. Another area is highlighted products. So these two products that you just saw, you can control those. So folks in our team can actually just browse to any product, grab the ID. What they're seeing is what they're setting up, so they don't have to do any guesswork. They can say, hey, I want to highlight this product. I want to highlight it on, the 5th or the 6th position. Set it up right here. Again, if they hit update category, it would start showing up in the highlighted products area on this category, which is here where it says most popular. So this is just like a quick lightning demo of how we actually use this app and how we allow folks to both understand what they're doing, see it live in production. And as the page evolves, which obviously frequently does as you respond to conversion, you respond to what customers want, so does our Retool app. And it's seamless, it's fast, and it's super easy for the VM teams to actually do it themselves and get better and better every time. What's coming up with our usage of Retool? What we're really excited about, right, is one of the biggest missing pieces today is data visualization being integrated into our tool. So Retool has great components for charts that you can get in. So today, instead of an ops person looking at maybe a Google Data Studio or something else to figure out what they want to do, to figure out what they want to change, we want to bring that into Retool so it's right in front of them. Today they're having to juggle between maybe two places. We can all bring it in into one place and centralize it. We want to also take some of our apps and actually make them a little bit more robust and reduce redundancy and make them multi-step or multi-page apps. So like I said earlier, because our teams have become so used to using Retool, there's a lot of apps that do a lot of the same things. There's apps for almost every person. And there's a lot of scope available to actually make them into more consolidated multi-page apps for the use of the team. And then finally, reusable components in query library usage. I think this is one of the most under-leveraged things by us, and not for any other reason, but something that we didn't focus on early. I think I call it our own internal Retool debt that we need to pay off. But it's essentially allowing building common components that do very similar functionality, maybe querying, like in DoorDash's case, querying for a customer, querying for a restaurant. In our case, maybe querying for certain categories of products that can be used on various apps throughout the Retool platform. So this is something interns actually were working on in the summer, and we're starting to build up a library, and also with queries, right? So you don't have to actually repeat queries, and you can reuse them in different places. A lot of the common queries can be done that way. This was actually a really fun summer project. You folks have interns. It's really useful for them to also get insight into how Retool apps are built and really build the smaller building blocks than your organization can use. So super useful and something that we're working on getting integrated into our Retool apps over time. Awesome, lovely being here. If you're in India, shop on LBB, support small businesses via LBB, and give me feedback. I'm at DX Mathur on Twitter. You can always hit me up if you want. If you have any questions, you want to talk more about Retool or generally marketplaces. And thanks a lot for the opportunity, guys. This has been fantastic.